Greetings all, I'm S2E for me. Now hold on, I know you probably saw the title of this video and you're probably like, wait a minute, what is he doing? He's not getting into this, is he? No. First of all, I am not going to become a drama channel, alright? I'm not going to do that. First of all, it's stupid. Second of all, it's pointless. Third of all, I'm not here for the likes and subscribers. Like, honestly, people who feed off of drama, I think, are just, I don't know, what's the word? Leeches. Yes, they are leeches. But no, that's not what I'm trying to do here. That's not what I want to do here. Um, it's just that what Dream has stated on Twitter is just so egregious, in my opinion, that I cannot leave it untouched. I don't know. I just need a rant about it, honestly. I just need a rant about it. Maybe get into an argument with someone about it. Because, dude, it's not okay. It's not okay. And yeah. So, in other words, let's go into this. Now, first of all, I want to say that I do not hate Dream. I don't like him. I think the amount of influence that he has on his subscribers is scary, to say the least, and terrifying, to say the worst. Uh, it is genuinely worrying, the amount of influence he has. But no, that's not the problem I have with him. No. The problem that I have with him is the tweet that he sent on November 11th, 2021. I'm going to switch to my Chrome page, so 1 second. Oh, that's not the Chrome page. It says this: Happy Veterans Day to everyone who fought in the Remembrance War. Your courage and bravery was unparalleled. God bless. And okay, when I saw that, I was like, excuse me? You see, did you actually just put that? Okay, okay. I don't. Oh, good grief. It hits different every time. Every time. I'm like the first time I saw it, I was like, this gotta be fake. This has got to be fake. And then the second time I saw it, I was like, what the? And then the third time I saw it, was just complete anger and I was just like, no, this is unacceptable. This is absolutely unacceptable. So if you're not familiar, sorry for the voice crack. If you're not familiar, November 11th is known as Armistice Day around the world. Armistice Day, a Remembrance Day, and in America, Veterans Day, which is where Dream is from, hence his tweet. Now, if you're unfamiliar with world history, which I sincerely hope you aren't, because, this is pretty important history, November 11th is significant as that was the day that the armistice was signed between the German and Triple Entente, which is Britain, France, America, sort of, but not really, Belgium, right? It was the end of World War I, the Great War, the war to end all wars. World War I was unparalleled in its brutality, in its violence, in the weapons used. It was the first example of major biological weapons being used on the battlefield. It was 6 long, no, not 6. It was 5 long years of brutal, unceasing combat. It was horrific in every manner, and understandably, the end of this war was a moment of great celebration around the world. Hence why they decided to sign the thing at 11 o'clock on the 11th day of the 11th month, November 1919, right? That's why they did it. Because it's significant, because this war was just so horrible that, you can't really, it deserves, it requires an ending that is important and noticeable and memorable. And so every single year subsequently, countries around the world who were involved in the war have observed a day of remembrance for it. Traditionally, there's moments of silence for the fallen. There are people typically wear poppies. I can't remember when that started, but that is a thing as well. And it is generally a day of solemn reflection and remembrance of the soldiers who fought and died in World War One. 30 years later, World War II started, and all of a sudden, the world was thrown into another series of conflict, and that war was even worse. It was total war. This put on full display. 6 years of that, and it was finally ended. And yeah, at least in Canada, we now recognize both the soldiers who fought in World War One and World War Two, and just in all subsequent wars after that. Remembrance Day is a day that we remember the sacrifice given by the soldiers who fought and died in war for our country and for our freedoms. And when you look at it like that, you know, I think you can probably see why Dream's tweet is so wrong, right? Like, Remembrance Day, November 11th is a day to remember actual soldiers who fought in actual wars, men who went to war though they didn't have to, and who died fighting in a war they did not have to fight in. Uh, in terms of, like, they didn't have to go to war to, just like as a thing, but they went to war because they wanted to defend their country and defend the rights and freedoms of their citizens, their fellow citizens. And so I think you can understand why it is rather inappropriate for Dream to make a Twitter post saying, let us also include in Veterans Day remembering the veterans of the Manberg War, which, if you are unfamiliar with, is a Minecraft war that happened on Dream SMP. I cannot even make this stuff up. It's ridiculous. And so, that's not really okay. Because you're basically making light of a day of memorial. That you're saying, oh yeah, we're memorializing the dead, the fallen war dead of our countries. And Dream is just like, oh yeah, let's also remember the fallen of Le Manberg. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Actually, what is wrong with you? How do you possibly consider this to be okay? It blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. And so, he did that. He actually did that. And yeah, like, come on. These guys gave their lives fighting for you, and you're just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Minecraft war, huh? Yeah, yeah. Like, come on. Really? And that's not actually the most egregious part of it. No. The thing is that actually there's multiple things. First of all, let's consider Dream's response to the whole thing. He actually acknowledged that there were people going after him for this, and you know what his response was? Was it one of, "Oh, I'm sorry, I know I messed up, I shouldn't have said that, I apologize, yada yada yada"? No, this was his response. The amount of people not picking up on the fact that this is irony is ridiculous. I don't think people who fought in literal wars are sitting on Twitter getting offended over an ironic Minecraft YouTuber's tweet. War is terrible. End of story. Shut the fuck up. Yes, I said it out loud because I'm actually that mad. Look, Dream, are you that tone deaf? It is genuinely mind numbing to see someone this ignorant say something that stupid. Like, how do you, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. The dude's like, oh yeah, it's irony, it's a joke, it's a joke. Like, really? That's your defense. That's the best defense you can come up with for making a mockery of 11/11, of Remembrance Day. That's the best you can come up with? That it was just a joke? Not only that, but he's also blaming the people who are who are very rightly attacking him for this. Because he's like, oh no, actually, it's not that bad. It's just irony, guys. No. How can you consider this to be acceptable? Look, I love jokes. I make jokes about World War II all the time. Not because like they're not like I don't make jokes about like certain parts of it, but there's some parts that are kind of you can make a little bit of a joke, like making jokes about Leo Major and Sir Bernard Montgomery. Man, that guy's actually a legend. Um, or like other stuff, but really making a joke about Veterans Day and then just claiming it was just a joke, guys, haha. How juvenile is that? Come on, every single school kid on the block knows that. Oh, this isn't. You can't really just get away with a. I was just kidding, guys. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. And so it really shows that Dream has this. He doesn't care. He just doesn't care, and I don't think he ever will. He doesn't. I don't think he realizes it. No. And that's the other thing. That's the second issue that I take with this is that Dream doesn't recognize the amount of influence he has. This dude has millions of subscribers. He has how many followers does he have on Twitter? 1.7 million followers on Twitter. That's a lot. And this guy has a considerable amount of influence. We saw that during the mob vote in 2020, where he's like, "Hey guys, let's vote for Glow Squid." Yeah, and everyone followed him, right? And the thing is that this guy doesn't know what to do with his influence. At least I don't think he does, because he's just straight up using it to post garbage like this, where he's like, "Yeah, guys, it's okay to make fun of Veterans Day. It's totally okay to do this." It's not, and it's genuinely scary knowing that this guy either is ignorant of the amount of influence that he has and thus misuses it by accident, or he is aware of the influence he has and decides to use it in this way. It's either one. It's pretty bad. Ignorance is bad because he has influence, but he fails to recognize that. And um, even if he is not ignorant, he acknowledges it. Then it's bad because he did this on purpose. And yeah, like there are kids who watch his videos. There are kids who follow him. And if this is what they see coming out of his mouth, that is how they will approach Veterans Day. That's how they will approach remembering the fallen. That it's just a light thing to do, jokes, making fun of it, making light of it, all of that. It's not okay. I I don't know. I don't know what else to say. And you know what? The third thing that annoys me, that I think really gets to the heart of the matter, is that Dream did not receive that much backlash from it. If you look at the Twitter comments, it's ridiculous. There are people defending him. There are people saying it's not that bad, guys. It's just a joke, right? And there are people who are like, "Oh no, it's fine." It's not. They're defending him, and he's getting away with it. And I think that what this demonstrates is that Dream is kind of free from being canceled. People will defend him no matter what, and I don't want to see what else he pulls out of his you know what. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just genuinely disheartening to see this. Um, I will make one thing in regards to an argument I saw in favor of Dream. So apparently, like, there's these two veterans who are like, "Yeah, actually, I don't really care too much about this." I'm like, okay, I can appreciate that, and thank you for bringing in your point of view. But you don't speak for everyone, unless you are literally every single veteran getting on two accounts and then posting something. But then there are people who are like, "Oh no, these two veterans don't really care, so no one cares." Like, really? That's hasty generalization. Um, it's, the logic fallacies here are enough to kill a philosophy professor. Yeah, it's just wow. So, yeah. Oh yeah. one other thing. Some people are like, why do you care, S2? You never fought in the war. Yeah, I didn't fight in war. I'm not a soldier. I never went to war. I never actually. I mean, I've sort of considered, but like not like in terms of joining the army. Maybe like as a chaplain, but I don't know. And no, probably I wouldn't. Just because of stuff. Anyways, so some of them are like, why do you care? Why does it matter? You're not a veteran. Yeah, I'm not a veteran, but my life that I live is a direct result of what these veterans did. My family's from Hong Kong, okay? We never fought in any wars that Canada fought in. So then, what does that mean for me? Well, if you're unfamiliar, Hong Kong was a place that was invaded and captured and occupied by none other than the Japanese in World War II. My family was there at the time. They lived under that oppression. Um, if it wasn't for America defeating Japan and going to war with them, I might not actually be here. I might not be in Canada. Canada might not even exist. The world that I live in, the life that I enjoy is a direct result of what these men gave uh, when fighting in the war. And the least I can do is honor and remember their sacrifice. That's the least I could do, I think. So that's why it matters. That's why I am getting worked up and angry about this. Because I actually recognize the sacrifice that these soldiers went through. And I understand what it means for me. So for anyone defending Dream, I sincerely hope that you consider this and that you actually consider what exactly it means to make a mockery of Remembrance Day. Because it is shameful, it is unacceptable, and it's downright pathetic. I can't help but think about the final words in John McCrae's In Flanders Field poem. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep though poppies grow in Flanders fields. And yeah. So that was me ranting about it. I don't know if you want to hit on me in the comments, go ahead. But I stand by what I said, and I will fight it, and I will stand by it, and I will defend it for as long as I desire, for as long as I can. Because I do not find Dream's statements acceptable in any manner.